you just fancy a bit of a chat today, I've just filmed a full face of all new makeup and it's about 20 minutes long, so I hope you like it. So today I'm working at my desk for the day, and I don't know if I'm allowed to show you this, by the way, so I'm going to apply it and we'll talk about it in a few weeks. It's a new eye cream from Avene. But basically there's a few things that are brand new that I have been meaning to try, and I thought today would be a nice day to do it because I am mostly at home, but then I'm meant to be going for a drink with my cousins later. Hopefully that's still going ahead. Maria just put in the group are we all still meeting later on, so I'm sure when I come off this hopefully it will have ticked along by then. So it's a nice day to just see how everything sits and also to have worn it into an evening. And I'm going to follow up with the CeraVe SPF 50 for the face. Now this comes in a hydrating and more of a matte version. This is the hydrating one, but I've been using both. And you know what I will say, if you're someone like I'm really dry, so more often than not I'd use the hydrating versions of things. But if you're someone that finds that when you've got your SPF on, it makes your foundation just go that bit more dewy, or that you feel like your face is more oily through the day, then I think you'd really like the mattifying one, because it just gives you all of that same coverage, but it doesn't leave that dewy film that a lot of SPFs can leave. So today, I don't know if you are in this evening, but this programme Elle is coming out on Prime Video, and I was able to watch it over the weekend. I managed to get an early watch so that I could review it. It's the loveliest programme I've seen in so long, and if you're looking for something to watch tonight, I can't recommend it enough. It's basically a prequel to Legally Blonde, and I just think they've done it so beautifully. Like, the whole premise is that Elle has had to change high school and move to Seattle, and it's a real culture shock for her personality, and she just feels like she's in a different world, and it's how she adjusts, how they make friends. It's just a really lovely story. I'm going to follow up with my It Cosmetics Do It All Balm, and I'm going to apply this with my fingers. Now, I filmed a video about this the other day. I've been using it for a little while, and I wanted to kind of know exactly what I wanted to say about it before I filmed with it. But basically what I would say about this is, I mean, you can see how easily it's going on. You feel like you're just putting a moisturiser on your face that happens to have coverage. It is so lovely. Now, knowing the level of coverage that I need, the other CC cream options from them give me more coverage. And to be honest with you, like, let's say if I'm going to London tomorrow, I probably wouldn't pack this for that, because I know I'll be up really early. Makeup will be on for really, really long hours. I'm going to be sweating, going between trains and tubes, and I just know how much my redness is prone to poking through. Even though this is gorgeous, it probably wouldn't be the level of coverage I'd be looking for on a day like that. But other than an extreme day like that, where I need my makeup to last a really, really long time, this is just the most gorgeous everyday foundation. It's really, really lovely, and you can build it. You can absolutely build the coverage, but one thing I think is important to flag, and like one of the reasons why I would still put the CC cream above this, is that for me, the joy of the CC cream is that it's the kind of thing that once you've put it on, you're done for the day. Whereas some of these slightly creamier ones, even though the finish is more natural and flattering, the compromise you make is that they might need your attention a little bit during the day. You might need to powder your T-zone or top up in areas that are prone to it separating a little bit, whereas I haven't got time for any of that tomorrow. And the other thing I'm doing tomorrow, actually, while I am in London, I'm getting my hair done, and I haven't had it done for a few months. And if you have been here for a while, you'll know that, like, I used to have really long blonde hair, and then I was like, oh, the condition isn't great, like I really need to get it a bit healthier, so I started going a bit darker, which I've really enjoyed, and I do really like having it darker. Like, this is my natural roots, say. But then I cut it short, and I love having it short, really like it, and I'm just gonna get it trimmed again tomorrow. But I feel like going shorter and darker all in one go has just felt like a bit too much all at once. So tomorrow I think I want to ask to go a bit blonder. But I say I want to ask, and by the way, while I tell you this, I'm going to try this Brow Aid, really clever pencil and pen. And then there's another end to it, which is also, let me put this on so I can pull this off, the brush. So good. The one thing I will say is that for the last few months, oh, and sorry, can I just say another thing before I put this on? Usually with these pens, I would put that on before any skincare or anything. So if that doesn't stick, that's my fault. So I don't want to slander this poor pen, because basically once I've now got all of that emollient stuff on, a little felt tip isn't going to cling in the same way that a waxy powder will, but let's try either way. What I will say is, for the last few months with my hair, I have just said to Maxine, who does my colour, she's really lovely, like, what do you think, Maxine? And I'll be led by you. So she might say tomorrow, we've just got your hair into better condition, please don't make us go blonder again. But I do think she'll understand where I'm coming from, that like, it's been a lot of big changes all at once, and just a tiny bit more blonde in it for the summer would make all the difference. And obviously I've just been watching that Elle series where she's just like blonde and bright and bubbling in, and that's kind of how I want to feel tomorrow. So we'll see. So what I've done here is, this is like the thick waxy pencil end that I'm going to use to generally add a little bit more pigment, I suppose, into the brows in between the hairs to fluff them out a bit. But then towards the centres, I want them to look as natural as possible. So I've just used that felt tip part, and then I'm going to use this to brush the two together. I think I've accidentally brushed way too much off there, haven't I? But that's the nice thing about having a brush at the end, is that if you do go too hard, it's really easy to take everything down. Now I can't remember, I was planning to say what I'm going to say at the beginning and then lead you into this, but basically what I have put together for today's video is new things that I've wanted to try and see how they wear for the day, and Brow Aid is one of those brands. Actually, I know it's an Irish brand and I always hear really great things about it. My friend Nicola is always telling me how great Brow Aid is. And that looks really lovely. I like anything for my brows that looks natural but gives them a bit of shape, and that looks really good. And also, I was saying the other day, I do really like, especially in this weather, and especially if you're wearing a bit less coverage, I feel like if you've got a sharper brow than usual and a nice sharp lip line on, then you just look quite put together. So I have been wearing a slightly more chiselled eyebrow than normal. Now this is a bit used and grubby, but I'm going to use my Peaches and Cream bronzer just to add a bit of framing to the outer parts of my face, and then I'm scanning everything else I've put together. I've put together a little mixture of, oh God, I put too much on the brush there. Do you know what though? I do like keeping things like this in a video, because these are things that everyone does, and sometimes it's just nice to have the reassurance that like you can do that and then your makeup will still look okay, but it's just how are you going to get around it. So how I'm getting around that is picking it up and putting that product somewhere else where there's no product, so that rather than moving that around my face, I'm actually just removing it altogether and relocating it, because actually sometimes rubbing things in just makes it all a bit muddy and makes it worse, whereas taking too much from one area and spreading it out so that you've got a nice even layer is still absolutely doable, even when you've gone in a bit too heavy like I just did. And see, already now I've kind of managed to blag that. But a number of things day to day, if you'd mess something up, there'd be no stopping and starting again. And I haven't got time today to stop and start again, because it's one of those days where I've got a million things to do. But quite often, if it's one of those days, I enjoy removing myself, having 5 minutes to do this, and then going back to what I'm working on. I had my checklist ready before I was on here, and I was just in a bit of a, which thing do I do first? And you wouldn't believe it, just kind of, it's like anything, isn't it? I suppose if you had a cup of tea break, or you had 5 minutes, just coming back to it and looking at it with a set of fresh eyes, even after 20 minutes, can sometimes be all it takes to just make it click into place, can't it? So this is a little bit of Peaches blush as well. I'm using a really soft touch. This is the Bobbi Brown, I think it's the full coverage, full coverage face. Lovely brush this. I've got a few of these and they last for years and years. And I'm just really gently stippling that through the cheeks. I've got quite a round face and I do like having quite a bit on, because I have to say blusher is one of those things that when I leave the house sometimes I'm like, I didn't put anywhere near as much on as I should have. And I always think, oh, I would have, it feels a lot, especially without anything else on. But I bet you by the time I've finished everything else, that will feel a bit softer, I hope anyway, because it does feel quite soft, quite strong. So I've got a lovely blue liner that I want to try today from K Beauty. Really lovely brand. They're in Space NK. They have lovely colours and things, and they're actually quite affordable. And they perform well. Like anything I've used from K so far, I've really liked. So I've got this lovely blue. But I sometimes find, especially with being so fair, that even the slightest bit of colour can look quite theatrical on me, and I don't necessarily want it to look theatrical. I've got a cat hair somewhere, so sorry, I'm gonna have to find that as I go along. But anyway, in order to make it look a bit less theatrical and just a bit more like a tiny pop of colour in an otherwise relatively neutral makeup, I'm just gonna prep my eye with one of Lisa Eldridge's Liquid Silk eyeshadows. Now I think this is the shade Phoebe, but I need to blend this before it sets. So let me just quickly blend and then I will have a look. I love this brush. It's a Cruella brush from MAC. It was a collection that came out with the film years ago. And I saw, do you follow Carly Utting from MAC? She's great. She's one of their like lead global artists. And she did a video the other day of all of the like iconic limited MAC collections that she's had from over the years. And I'm sure she had a few Cruella bits in there. But yeah, I saw that this morning and thought, oh, I'll use that one. So yeah, it was Phoebe. Phoebe's quite golden on me because I'm pale. There's another one, I want to say, is it Sienna, that's a bit more cool. If you prefer like a cool mushroomy colour, I think you'd prefer Sienna. Now I'm super conscious that I'm 13 minutes in. You're only allowed 20 minutes on Instagram now, which is really annoying. But let me do my blue liner. I'm going to go through the lash line first of all, and then I'm going along the top here. And it doesn't have to be super perfect because I'm going to take a little pencil brush and just buff the edge so that it's more of like a soft wash. And then when I've got that lovely blended finish, I'm just going to go back along the lash line itself and retrace a nice little layer of that really pigmented turquoise. Now I'm going to do the same on this side. Now being honest, they're not perfectly symmetrical, but again, I have no time to think about that today. So I'm just going to move on. This is my Brow Aid Lash Lab mascara that is there to condition and care for the lashes. Again, I haven't tried this one, so let's give this one a try. And then a really simple pairing. I have been using these for a little while. I had a couple of different shades Trinny London has these lip liners and glosses. Really simple, but they're very nice. They stay put for the day and they're just quite hydrating, so you still get a lovely kind of shaped lip, but everything feels really soft and juicy too. Now the last thing I want to try, I'm really curious about, and to be honest with you, I don't know if this makeup is the right context to try it, but I'll try it while I've got it and I'll have a play with it. Arguably one of the most iconic products in general is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. They've brought out a mint version that is designed to counteract the appearance of redness. I'm going to use a little Morphe brush. Now, I think it's really important with all of these green, red solutions not to use them everywhere. I think so often we see creators, and like I'd be an example of a creator probably that could do this. So often they're used by creators that can get away with using the green everywhere, but then a majority of people won't get away with that. And I just feel like it's a bit of a misleading thing to suggest, because for an average person, you can't just use green everywhere and it's gonna blend in. But for someone particularly red, I'm sorry, I'm trying to like shout over you because my dad is naturally really loud and I can hear him talking to my mum next door. So I hope you can hear me because I can't hear myself. But anyway, I would recommend just putting this just where you notice redness showing through, which for me is this kind of, you can see, do you know, like this little butterfly shape? So I've put some there. It doesn't look green in fairness, which I was expecting it to, but I will let you know how that wears for the day. And I might do a few more on that with like no makeup on or less makeup on, because I think so often what people want with these green ones is a redness solution that doesn't look like you've got makeup on. And looking at how silky that one is, that could definitely be a contender. But I've never really seen a loose green powder like that, so I'm really excited to see how that one wears. But anyway, he is going on about dinner and all sorts. I'm gonna live and leave you and get back to my checklist. I'll let you know how all of that wears and I'll chat to you soon. And I forgot to add this, I just want to add this at the end. These Jordana Ticia sticks are so lovely. I've been using them for a little while. They're very glittery, and I find because I'm so fair, if I lay a colour under them, they show up a little bit more. I used one of them on my friend with deeper skin a few weeks ago and it just was beautiful on her. So the tiny thing I would say is if you're more fair, that base colour makes all the difference to get the colour to really look vivid. But look how easy it is. It's like a jelly consistency. You can just add a little bit of Twinkle to your everyday eyeshadow. They're absolutely beautiful. And they've got all different colours and they're really low maintenance. They're not going to go down your face, but it just adds an extra little bit of something. They're gorgeous. And that one is called Sugar Bubbles. This is my makeup at the end of the day. I cannot believe the mascara didn't run at all. That's lovely. You can see, I think it's always helpful to see, like I haven't powdered since. I'm just a little bit oily here and there and a little bit of coverage has come off there. But like all in all, that's lovely. And I love the finish of the skin. It's just that if I was going somewhere, I would have powdered. And I took the lip off myself, by the way.